Hardknott and Wrynose Passes are two challenging mountain passes that are connected, making it a beautiful long ride through the amazing Lake District in England. Hardknott is renowned for its steep gradients, reaching an elevation of 393 metres, and is one of the steepest roads in the UK. The winding roads offer breathtaking views of the surrounding fells and valleys. Now, just to the east of Hardknott is Wrynose Pass. This is characterised by its rugged beauty and steep inclines. It connects the valleys of Duddon and Langdale. Both passes are popular with cyclists and hikers, so it makes it a very busy road, with other motorcyclists as well in the spring and summer months. A cattle grid marks the start and the entry point to Hardknott Pass, and you will exit Wrynose Pass over a cattle grid as well. So whether you're going east to west or west to east, you'll start and exit on a cattle grid. Cyclists love this route. It's a very steep ascent and descent, twisty corners, and a beautiful view as well. So therefore, if you're riding this in spring and summer, you will get cars and cyclists a lot. If you're following a cyclist into one of the blind hairpin corners, no matter which direction you're going, let the cyclist go ahead first. You can't see around the corner, and you don't know what that cyclist is going to do. They may end up stopping on that corner, and therefore you will have to stop. And that corner has a camber on it as well, so not only can you not see around it, it has a camber. You've got an increased chance of dropping your bike. This happens a lot. Let the cyclist go around the corner first and then follow on. That way you can be assured that you don't have to stop and that there's plenty of room for you to pass a car that's oncoming. So just bear that in mind when you're doing these sharp hairpin bends. It's a beautiful ascent up, really nice. And the corners are challenging, not for the faint-hearted, but you must give it a go, because when you get to the top, look at this beautiful view that you can see heading all the way out into Wrynose Pass. The descent is just as challenging, but equally as beautiful. Plenty of passing spaces, so make sure that you are looking ahead and just enjoy the ride down. It's absolutely wonderful. This is one of my favourite views of Hardknott Pass, coming down from the west to east direction, looking straight up into the valley. That is Wrynose Pass that you're going to be riding up as you do this route. An absolutely beautiful view. So this route is about 6.5 miles long. The crossover point from Hardknott to Wrynose is Cockley Beck. You'll go over a cattle grid and a bridge there. This is the bridge here, and that marks the end of Hardknott Pass and the start of Wrynose Pass. This is an awesome route, and I highly recommend that you plan to do it if you haven't done it. One of the issues with this route is because it's a single track road, cars are a constant stop-start, and if you are following cars it will spoil your journey. My advice is to try and do this before 9:30 in the spring and summer at the time of day, just because there will be a lot of cars. This white Mercedes in front of me waved me on once this Mini passed, knowing that I'm going to ride faster than what they will along this road. I gave a thumbs up of appreciation. You will get cars that don't let you past. My advice, don't get frustrated, pull over, stop, give yourself 10 or 15 minutes, let the car that's not knowing what's going on around them go on along this route, and then you can crack on with your ride along here and hopefully have an uninterrupted, inspirational ride. It's a fantastic ascent up Wrynose Pass as you've left Hardknott Pass. Beautiful, not too technical, but the scenery is stunning. So this car in front of me is a really good example of somebody that is blissfully ignorant to what's going on around them. So they're either unaware that I'm behind them and they're not checking their mirrors, or they are aware that I am behind them but completely unobservant to the fact that I'm constantly behind them. I can ride quicker on a road like this than what they can drive it, and just not thinking about the fact that they should be letting me pass, as a lot of drivers do. I decided at some point to overtake this vehicle at a point in time that was convenient without oncoming traffic and safe to do so, and I took it knowing that this driver was not going to let me pass at any time. The alternative is just to pull over for 10 minutes, enjoy the surrounding beauty that I'm experiencing, let the car go on, and then I can start my journey again. The descent down Wrynose Pass, having left Hardknott Pass behind me, is just as beautiful as the ascent and descent of Hardknott itself. It's a beautiful winding road down into the valley, looking ahead down into the valley on the road ahead of you is absolutely beautiful. The later in the day that you leave this, during the spring and the summer, the more stops and starts you're going to have. This was about 9:30 in the morning, and you can see the amount of stops and starts that I've had. They've only been a few, but it's enough to kind of interrupt the journey and spoil a little bit of the experience of an uninterrupted ride. You're unlikely to get an uninterrupted ride, but the earlier you do it in the morning, the less likely you are to see other cyclists and drivers on the road. Passing other motorcyclists is not a problem, but it's things like this, the cyclist and the car behind it, that just stop and start your journey quite a lot. It's just as enjoyable, but sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating with the amount of stops and starts. So my advice, do it early in the morning. So we are coming to the end of Wrynose Pass very shortly. If you are planning to do this ride, I highly recommend that you do. Try and do it last minute. So pick a few weekends that you think you're going to be able to do this, and then monitor the weather as those weekends get closer, and then make a decision on the Wednesday or the Thursday for the following weekend, and that will give you the best opportunity of riding this single track road with the best weather possible. You want to enjoy it whilst you're doing it, so doing it that way will ensure that you get really good views of all the single track road through Hardknott and Wrynose, because it is so worth it. You don't want low cloud and rain to spoil it. If and when you do it, I hope you have the most amazing time and a really safe ride. Get out there and do it, and let me know how you get on. Ride safe.